A very good morning, Fabio here, and EURUSD is consolidating. So looking here on the 4-hour time frame, the overall trend here on your dollar is bullish in between this low over here and this high over here. So last week what we saw was that the overall swing high over here got taken out. So at the beginning of last week, we were looking continuously for buys in towards highs to grab liquidity above this swing high. Now we have done so. So I was looking to see, okay, maybe we come in towards these highs with this corrective pattern, we grab liquidity above the high, and we're now ready to start pushing down lower underneath these kind of like equal lows which we have over here. However, what you can very clearly see is that the overall bullish momentum sustained. We reacted to this overall area of demand over here and have continued to push up higher. So I'm still interested in further upside for EURUSD. Obviously we do have a lot of liquidity resting below the lows, right? So we have an equal low here, equal low here, equal low here, and an equal low, let's say, over here. However, what we have seen last week was already a liquidation of these two equal lows over here, right? So if we just zoom in, what you can very clearly see is that, again, we had these two equal lows. This low swipes out all the stop losses of people who were buying, but also the breakout traders in towards the downside. So for me, that was already enough to liquidate a lot of people, and now I'm looking for that further upside push on EURUSD if the overall order flow can be sustained. So very simply said, this over here was or is our area of demand for now. So as long as this area of demand holds, we should continue pushing up higher. We had this area of supply over here. However, this is a fake area of supply because there's no liquidity in the overall move down. So what do I mean with liquidity? Well, there's no place where people can enter additional shorts or where they can place their stop loss above. So the only option is that if you sell from this area of supply over here is to put your stops above this high over here. So for me, there's still a lot of buy side liquidity and a lot of stop losses resting above this high over here. Therefore, I'm still just waiting for EURUSD to push up higher and take out that high. That is for now the game plan, just following the overall daily order flow and the 4-hour order flow as well. The daily fractal structure is also still bullish. As you can see, the chart is glitching a little bit, but the overall daily fractal low is the low of this bearish candle over here. So this is our overall fractal low. A fractal structure, guys, if you're new to fractal structure, make sure to watch the video that I have inside Discord. It will explain everything for you, so make sure to join, link in the description down below. But very simply said, it's just structure on individual candlesticks. So what you see happening is that we break the high, and here we form a new high. Then after that, what happens, we push back down in towards this low, and then from there we start pushing up again. So yeah, just following the daily order flow and expecting new higher prices. Overall target for EURUSD is obviously that weekly swing high over here at 1.12758. That's this high over here. So looking for that on your dollar, as long as the weekly order flow, the daily order flow, and the 4-hour all remain bullish. There's no intention from my side to look for shorts and fight that trend. So going into the dollar index, then you'll also see that the dollar index is still bearish. Obviously, it's been consolidating pretty heavily. We can very clearly see this is just super messy price action. So there's not a lot to do with this at the moment. All I can say is that I'm looking and I'm having my eyes open for this weekly low over here at 99.578, and obviously this area of demand that we have here as well to provide us with a potential pullback in towards the upside. So looking at the daily for now, I can say, yeah, we have fractal structure, or we can look at the individual candlesticks, but in essence, it's just ranging, so there's no real use at looking at it, in my opinion. All I can say, though, is that we do still have equal highs over here open that we have to keep our eyes open for. But obviously, we need to start reversing from a clean area of demand. That is now the most important part, and I just don't really see that just yet. If this week, because obviously it's NFP week, if we look in the calendar, we can see that there's a lot of red folder news on the US dollar. And even this evening, Europe time, we have Powell speaking. Then tomorrow we have dollar news. Wednesday we have dollar news. Thursday we have dollar news. So every day there is dollar news, of course, with Friday NFP. So yeah, keep your eyes open. I expect the dollar to move very heavily this week. I would like to see a reversal in towards the upside. We have this kind of corrective pattern in towards the downside, but again, not shooting the gun too early. So going into AUDUSD, what we've seen from that pair is, again, continuously bullish in towards the upside, just following the overall order flow until we see a shift. I'm not going to be looking for any shorts. So overall, first of all, what I look at is the daily fractal structure. That's just simply the first thing that I do. Then again, we had a daily fractal break over here. To me, this means that this sell for the buy is our overall area of demand for now. So the day that we closed outside of it, again, the candle here on forex.com is glitching. The broker feed is not very good, but you can very clearly see that we closed outside, we pull back in, and now we're pushing back out again. On the 4 hour, it's a little bit more clear. So you can see on the 4 hour as well, we're just following the overall order flow. So for now, the 4 hour demand zone was this zone over here, and now obviously this is pretty much becoming your demand zone. However, what I'm now looking for is to see, okay, is the 4 hour going to get a strong candle close above this high and form like a proper area of demand? Because if this candle closes just like a doji, or it closes bearish, then this means that this demand zone is not very strong, right? This sell for the buy is not very strong. Like you want this sell and then a strong buy up, forming a strong area of demand. But if you get this sell and then this buy up and a very weak candle, it just means that the overall demand zone is pretty weak. So let's see how this 4 hour candle closes. Obviously it still has 2 hours, so I'm just going to be waiting for that on this Monday to then make a better informed decision. Because obviously we have swept a lot of liquidity above this high over here, so that could cause a reversal in towards the downside, but at the moment not very interested in trading that downside potential yet until I really see the 4 hour failing. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting for at the moment. For the rest, just look at longs. Now going into GBPUSD, what are we seeing over there? GBPUSD pretty rangy. I mean, bullish candle, bearish candle, bullish candle, bearish candle again. So what I'm waiting for actually is just 1 second, is that we have still got quite some liquidity above this area. So this is an old supply zone. It already got wicked out over here or tapped into, therefore it's not a fresh supply. Therefore I identify this as liquidity resting above the old supply. So if I then go back to the right and I look at the price, then what we'll see is that the high has still not yet been taken out. So I am still interested in longs. Overall demand is just still in control. This was the imbalance. Remember from last week I mentioned this, that this was the imbalance which is now sustaining price and holding price up. Going towards the 4 hour, I've been looking for longs all week last week. So we had a winner and a break even, but overall what you're seeing again is that the overall trend is just bullish in towards the upside. Very simply said, we get the impulse up, we get the pullback, we get the impulse up, we get the pullback. Now we're waiting again for the next impulse up towards that buy side liquidity above the swing high. So for now, not interested in shorts, guys, only looking for longs. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting for at the moment. But let's see if we get any opportunities. Obviously today it could fall down lower, but I'm more focused on what the 4 hour is doing and not really at looking at the lower time frame just yet. If you want the lower time frame bias, make sure to join Discord, as I'll share it there. But for now, I mean, it could still move down lower. It's just consolidating. Also, if you look here at the 1 hour time frame, you can see that we're just starting to form a range. We do still have liquidity open above this 1 hour high. That could cause the market to again push up higher. But again, on the other side, we also have these equal lows. So it's forming kind of like this wedge formation, and it's now waiting to break out. So therefore, I'm just being a little bit patient and waiting for a better setup to form. If I see something nice, I'll of course inform you inside Discord. Going into NZDUSD. So NZDUSD was a beautiful, beautiful long that we took for around a 7k profit last Friday. Make sure again to join Discord, as I shared all there. So what you can see is that the overall order flow has remained bullish. So last week, what we saw, again, focusing on individual candlesticks, is the push down, pull back, push down, push up, pull back down, push up, pull back down, push up. So now what the fractal low is the low of this bullish candle. So I'm still interested only in looking for a further upside movement, okay? So this is now your area of demand on the 4 hour time frame, and now just looking for further upside as long as that 4 hour order flow sustains. So going into the last pair, which is gold. So on gold, not really interested in any shorts as of now, only interested in potential longs. So what I'm now identifying is obviously we have 4 hour supply situated over here. This is now suppressing price. I'm just waiting for the high to go, and then I'll look for further upside. That's the only setup that I see with the uncertainty in the world. I'm not going to be looking to short in gold at the moment. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic day, and we'll speak soon.